During debate on the Hereditary Peers Bill in the House of Commons, Sir Desmond Swayne corrects Ellie Reeves's assertion that the opposition chose not to pursue reforms of the House of Lords. In today's video, we will watch and react, all whilst going over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Make Britain Great, again t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. Firstly, Reform UK is projected to win 2 safe seats in London at the next general election, marking a seismic moment for the party. Victories are coming thick and fast for the insurgent party, with disaffected Conservatives joining the ranks and gains predicted up and down the country. Reform has managed to tap into the deep well of resentment that the electorate feels towards the 2 main parties, with impressive turnouts expected in the county council elections in May and the parliamentary elections in Scotland and Wales the following year. However, predicted gains in London are an unexpected win for the party this far out from the next general election. A poll aggregating model predicts Hornchurch and Upminster, a constituency in Greater London, will turn light blue for the first time. Reform is expected to gain a majority over the Conservatives, which has held the seat for decades. The nowcast model predicts the race will come down to the wire, with Nigel Farage's party gaining a slender majority of 1.8%. A bigger win is expected in Dagenham and Rainham. The Greater London constituency has been held by Labour since its creation in 2010. Reform is expected to win a majority of 3.1% in the safe Labour seat, with Conservatives coming in second. Party insiders are quietly rejoicing at this forecast, with one saying that it presents a huge opportunity to realign centre-right in Britain, noting that the public voted Labour out of frustration with a useless Conservative party, and the cracks are showing. While the outcome is a cause for celebration, the insider acknowledges that there's work to be done to make the party a viable party of government. Now to the main story, and as stated in the intro, during debate on the Hereditary Peers Bill in the House of Commons, Sir Desmond Swayne corrects Ellie Reeves's assertion that the opposition chose not to pursue reforms of the House of Lords. Have a watch of this.
Thank you, Honourable Friend, for that contribution and for all the talk of reform from the benches opposite today. They had 14 years to do this, but chose not to.
The last government introduced a comprehensive bill involving election of peers. I was the Prime Minister's private secretary at the time. It failed, notwithstanding the fact that I thought it was awful. It failed because Labour withdrew its support for the timetable motion, which meant as a constitutional bill it would have taken the government's entire timetable, and for that reason the government withdrew the measure.
Well, I think that was 4 governments ago, and it failed due to the timetabling motion and the fact that you couldn't get the benches opposite could not get agreement even within their own benches.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In other news, local authorities are seeking an unprecedented 25% council tax rise in a desperate bid to avoid bankruptcy. A proposed increase from the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead would be the largest percentage hike in council tax history. This would leave residents facing hundreds of pounds in additional annual charges. The Liberal Democrat-led council has been teetering on the edge of issuing a Section 114 notice, effectively declaring bankruptcy, for more than a year. The local authority has also requested a £60 million taxpayer-funded bailout from the government, warning it will be forced to declare bankruptcy unless the funding is approved. Under the proposals, residents in an average Band D property would face paying £320 more per year. Band D properties in the Royal Borough currently pay £1,594 annually, having already seen a 5% rise of £77 last year. According to the council, it has allocated £2 million in its budget to support its most vulnerable residents through the higher charges. Even Windsor Castle would be affected by the increase, with its Band H property potentially facing an £836 annual rise between 2025 and 2026. The castle's council tax is paid through the sovereign grant, which is funded by profits from the Crown estate. John O'Connell, chief executive of the Taxpayers Alliance, condemned the proposed increase as unprecedented and warned it would leave household finances in ruin. Ministers must reassure taxpayers and send a message to any other councils that have similar ideas that increases like this will not be tolerated, and they should dismiss this request without delay, he said. O'Connell described the situation as a true nightmare before Christmas, with local residents staring down the barrel of a devastating council tax rise. The move has sparked fears that other councils may be emboldened to pursue similar increases if the Labour government approves the request. Lynn Jones, deputy leader of the council, blamed historic debt for the proposed tax increase. Previous administrations cut council tax when every other council was either freezing it or putting on small amounts. We have inherited a financial situation that is just not viable for the council, she said. The council's tax rates are so low compared to others, according to Jones. The Berkshire Council is struggling with £230 million in debts, costing over £18 million annually to service. It's either this or a Section 114. There is no choice, Jones added, citing rising costs in social care and housing. Windsor and Maidenhead Council was previously under Conservative control until May 2023, when the Liberal Democrats won the most seats. Local authorities are normally forbidden from raising tax by more than 5% annually, without special ministerial permission. The proposed 25% rise would be nearly unprecedented, with only Monmouthshire Council's 23% increase between 2000 and 2001 coming close to matching it. Birmingham City Council recently approved a 21% rise over 2 years amid its own fiscal crisis, driven by an equal pay settlement and a £100 million computer software bill. Conservative councillor Sally Conneran criticised the proposed increase as unrealistic for residents. According to the current administration, there has just been a continuous too low council tax that has caused all these problems. But this is terrible for our residents, she said. 25% is just not realistic for people to manage. Keeping tax low and allowing our residents to keep their money is vital, she added. Lib Dem council leader Simon Verner defended the move, saying, while difficult decisions have already been made over the last 18 months, it's clear that we will need to continue to make tough calls to fix the mess we inherited. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.